Hi, everybody, and welcome to Girl for Jesus, shining God's light every day. Well, thank you very much for joining in. And in case you are new here, this is your forever place. Thank you for joining the family. Well, today we are talking about work. Work. I know it's very true that we spend much time at our workplaces. So it's really important for us to make it a very conducive and giving environment for us to, be able to operate well, to thrive in that area. Well, a few days ago, I was going with a team of Lions Club International. We were going to Ruwera for our service activity. And on the coaster, we had different discussions, we had different topics, and one of them was about our workplaces, how to, how to make our workplaces really good for us to to be happy at work and all that. And then another one brought up a funny question of, is there any way we can manage our bosses? And it was like a big discussion on the coaster. It was, how can we manage our bosses? Everyone laughed about it, but in my head I was like, yeah, it's actually possible for us to manage our bosses. So it gave me all reasons and a confirmation that I should come here and share with the Girl for Jesus family about work. How can you make your workplace such a very giving environment, such a very good environment, so that you look forward to be at the work? We have to really make this a very good place so we can have a good mind in this era of mental health. We need to, we need to make that environment very good for the sake of our mental health. So these are the few things I'll mention to us on how we can really make our on how we can have a good time at our different workplaces. To begin with, we have to actually get to understand that these jobs, whatever we are doing, our businesses, our workplaces, whatever we are doing is a ministry unto God. So when we get to know that this is actually not just a job, not just a business, not just a work, we will work differently, we will live at that place differently, because we know it is a ministry unto God. Like you know that there is a God up in heaven that is waiting on you. That is waiting on you to see, are you representing him well? Are you doing the right thing? Remember, it is said that if you can be trusted in the little, you can be trusted in the much. So this is the job the Lord has trusted you with, as an altar, as his ministry. He's waiting on you to win souls in that workplace, to change principles and standards in that workplace, to establish altars, to bring new trends in that business, in that job. So he's waiting on you, and at the end of the day, you will account for the time that you were at that workplace. And it's always my prayer that we should have answers to give on the day of accountability. Let's not take our jobs for granted, because they are a ministry to God. Well, another thing is that God uses our jobs, our businesses, whatever we do, as a testing ground. You know how you go for driving schools, and then before you get your driving permit, they take you for a testing to prove that actually you went through a driving school, and you can drive on the roads of Kampala. Yeah, that you can drive on the roads of Kampala. So they have to prove. So our workplaces, or our jobs, our businesses, God uses them as a testing ground. If he has trusted you with that job, can you be faithful as a Christian on that job? So it's actually very dangerous when the Lord is our supervisor on those jobs. Like, he has put you on the testing ground. He wants to prove that actually you can be a good Christian in and out of season. Like, you can be a Christian even when you are an accountant of a in a of a certain company, that you can still be faithful with a little, with a much. Like, you cannot add a zero, you cannot cheat, even when you are in a place where all that is possible, but you can still stand as a Christian, and stand on your Christian values without, doing any of those things, of adding zeros and all that. Well, another thing I've actually learned about this whole thing of work and everything is that we need to always take our jobs as if they are ours, like work as if that is your own job, because it will take you to the next level. I think it all takes me back to what I mentioned at the start of, if you can be trusted by little, you can also be trusted by much. So like the way you work on that job will determine how you go to the next level. Of recent, I was actually jazzing with someone, and I was telling, and we were talking, and I was actually telling her that, you can't, for example, if you're renting a house and you are a type who gets these big nails, and then you're breaking into the walls, like you're creating holes everywhere, like you're not managing the house very well, the Lord cannot give you your own house, because if you have failed to manage someone's house, or the house that, like the house that you are living in right now, how do you expect him to give you your own house? Or maybe someone helps you with a car, and then you're driving anyhow, you're not taking good care of it. Like, I mean, he cannot give you your own car, because he sees you cannot be trusted with a little. You have failed to manage the little that he's testing you on. Yeah. So really, it's such an encouragement to us, and of course to myself, that wherever we are, whatever we are working at, like we should do like it is yours, because it will determine whether you go ahead or you stay where you are or you go backward. Another thing I have learned is that um, we should always define our reasons for working. If someone came to you and asked you, why are you working? Is it because you want money? Is it because you want to earn a good living? Is it because you want to leave home? Is it because you need a new experience? Why are you working? Like, we should make all those reasons very clear, because there's some reasons that actually will not keep us at our workplaces for a very long time. For example, if maybe your biggest reason is money. For example, during the pandemic of COVID, some companies were not paying, or they were not. Some were not paying completely, others were paying half. So if your reason was really, I have to have money, 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 there, it wasn't really a good season, and most people found themselves out of the companies. Yeah, so you have to lay your reasons very well, and so that so that you may be guided as you go forth. Yeah, and it's my prayer that your reasons for working should be really good, attainable. They should be really strong and valid reasons for working. Yeah, another thing is that we should always know that we need these jobs. Yeah, like we need these jobs, and the owners of the jobs, or our bosses, need our services. Like, it's a win-win situation. Most of the times we find ourselves saying, yeah, if I left this place, I don't know what will happen. Like, yeah, they need your services, but you also need them. If that job wasn't there, maybe you couldn't be paying your sorry, that's your school fees of your children, just as an example, or you couldn't be paying your rent, or you couldn't be having that address, or you couldn't, like, it's a win-win. Like, like one singer says that in kwetaga nawe onetaga, like it's a win-win. You need me, I need you. So that now when you get to know that you need that job, and the boss also needs you, there is a way you work differently, because the moment you lose that job, you will you will miss out on some good opportunities. Well, another thing I have learned, which has actually always helped me, is that never leave your desk without planning for the next day or organizing it. Because, yeah, it's a close of the day, it tends to be so exciting. Yeah, the day is done, and then you leave everything, but remember, this is the desk you're going to start from the next morning. And when you reach there, you find the whole desk is disorganized, you have nowhere to begin from. It has already disorganized the like your day, and those are the few causes of stress. I know one day I'll mention them in my video talking about stress and stress management. Like, that is one of the reasons that bring stress or cause stress at our workplaces, because when you leave your desk disorganized, or when you leave without writing down where you're going to start from, yeah, you will just find yourself starting on everything and anything and missing out on the very important things. Well, another thing I've actually learned, one of the things I was actually supposed to start with is self-discovery. This is very important. You need to know yourself, that can I really do this job? If, for example, they are looking out for someone who's very vibrant, who's outgoing, who is eloquent, who's, all that, and you're reserved, you're the opposite in the matter, and you force yourself there, you're like, yeah, I will do the job. Maybe they're looking for someone who's good, in accounts and everything. You're like, I've been on streets for 5 years, I have to go and grab this job. But you're going to reach there and you stress yourself. For starters, you are like, that's not your job. Yeah, so it's always important to be real to yourself and know, yeah, I know I need money, but I don't think I can do this because this is not in me. Instead of going there, you stress yourself, you create a bad name for yourself, and everyone is calling you lazy, everyone is calling you names because they see you don't even know what you're doing. So it's very important to get to know what we can do and what we cannot do. Well, another thing is at workplaces, we are all the same. This whole thing of, me, I did a PhD, me, my dad is so and so, those whole things, those vibes, they give toxic, they give bad vibes. So it's very important to know that we are in this company, everything about us, our status, our what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if we are there, we are one. We are doing the same things. If it's lunchtime and we are going to eat, we are eating from the same place, the same everything. So this whole thing of my relative, me, I studied from such and such a school, me, I did this, me, I did this, it doesn't matter. We used to say that a lot at school when I was at UCU, and we used to say, yeah, UCU is an equalizer. Whether you're a daughter or a son of a general or what, here we are the same. Yeah, we'll go to the DH. For those that are in first year, we'll go to the DH, same, sleep in the halls, like same. So no one was special. So at workplace, that is it. We are there to achieve the goals of a company. So this whole thing, I'm this, I'm that, no. So another thing is, please, and of course, this is common among ladies, is do not say everything and anything about you. What connects you is work, meaning you're just workmates. So this whole thing of stepping into a workplace, and then they get to know whom you're dating, they get to know where you come from, they get to know whom you've separated with, they get to know whom you're married to, they get to know literally everything, even the inner secrets. So really, some words fall on wrong ears, and then usually it doesn't go right in your life. So it's very important. Know that you are the workplace to do work, and what relates you or what connects you at that moment is work. You just workmates, not friends, not nothing. Yeah, define your relationships really well so that it doesn't stress you at the end of the day. That's why after some time you begin to say, my workmate did that, because you shared information that was not relevant to their ears. Thank you very much for watching. I am coming up with another video for bosses. Yeah, please don't miss out. I am here to share my knowledge about this whole thing. Please look out for this video on bosses. Ta-la! I love you.